Alright. Hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa, ni hao, jambo, marhaba. It's time for the Armist Inquisition yet again, episode 288 on Sunday, the 9th of July, 2023. I'm Phil.
I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
And tonight we're glad to be joined by returning champion David Stig Hansen. How you doing, Stiggy?
Pretty good. Can you hear me? I'm
Can
great.
hear you. Loud and clear. Oh, what's that?
Great.
Hang on a minute. What's that T-shirt you're wearing there, Ben?
Oh, I picked this up on the market.
Oh no! Can I buy one
Word
of
is
those?
spread. Yes, the Amish.
I don't know where
loot
that's
chest.
going.
I don't
Can
know.
we get the little tiny asterisk that implies there's something? It's a side
Yeah,
meaning.
the disclaimers on the
I
back.
love Graham Hancock.
I mean, there's
I
nothing,
love Graham Hancock.
there's nothing worse than being taken out of context like that, is there?
Fuck Graham Hancock. I've been got the hat on. That's why I shaved. I'm trying not to look like that guy. Who is that guy?
Now then, Stig, the part of the reason you're here, right, is that once you found out that I'd taken this clip, you offered me an IV in return for deleting that clip. Do you remember this?
I don't remember an acceptance of any offers.
Well, you offered me you offered me the IV, and I said, I don't want your IV. I just want you to come back on our podcast, and I will happily delete that clip. So, for everyone watching at home,
Well,
here we go.
okay.
I'm just going to throw up my desktop here.
no, don't delete anything.
And-
Besides, they're all in the past videos. Yeah, I'm not scared.
And if
I've been canceled before.
if I just prove that this is the correct clip,
Fuck Graham Hancock. Okay, great.
and there we go, and I'm going to delete it now. Are you sure you wish to remove Stig? There you go. It's gone. It's gone forever, Stig.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm a man of my
You don't
word.
think-
Wow. Do I need to
right,
burn this
but Graham
t-shirt?
Hancock's already seen the video, right? Graham Hancock already
If only.
responded.
Yeah, he's
Well-
a subscriber.
He's,
Right.
Really? I can get Graham Hancock. He's actually going to be with Jimmy. By the way, when I say Jimmy, do we all know who Jimmy is?
We mean Jimmy Corsetti from Bright Insights.
Right. And by the way, I finally met him.
Oh.
Why don't you go to my Twitter feed and you can find the picture we took together? Or I don't want to share desktop. I'm so tired of navigating away from this, right? Because the minute I see a slide, I start talking about something totally wrong, and I'll go for a half hour, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
I know what you mean. I'm
So-
just looking at your profile here.
Let me just look at it myself and see how far down. It's only a few bits down. There's a lot of stuff on there that there it is.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
Now then,
There's a lot of stuff on there that sorry, I was gonna like see, I even interrupted myself. The Twitter feed might be a good place to kind of hang around because I'll share pictures from that.
Oh right.
And
Okay.
the Twitter, I mean, I can share desktop, but
No,
is
it's fine. It's fine. I can
Is
grab.
that you or is that me? Why am I seeing? Okay, that's got to be. You've got one notification. I've got one notification. It freaked me out. I thought somehow you were
Don't
getting my.
don't look at what's trending.
I know.
Oh my god.
Don't look at what's trending. Oh my God, it's not Graham Hancock. It's damn Graham Norton.
Yeah, less said about that, the better. We don't want any legal action pending.
I don't even
So,
know.
yeah, we can
Well,
go.
I know who he is. But
So you met
Yeah, so
you
I
met
went-
Jimmy. Where was this at?
Near his stomping ground in Phoenix.
Right.
And, I was traveling through there. I just went on a trip to Colorado I went over to Omaha, Nebraska, and I went for a flight. In fact, I'm now an experienced pilot. I took the plane off, I flew it, didn't land it. My friend's been flying his whole life, and I got the chance to fly in his jet, his Cessna Citation Bravo, which is like a $7 million jet new.
Nice.
And they just painted it, and so I drove all the way out there from my undisclosed location, Southern California, desert. It's 100 degrees right now.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
30. That's 39
That's
Celsius.
high.
So, and that's actually I have the AC on. I hope it's not too loud. I don't think it would. I think I got it set just right, but I usually don't run it. I'm usually, like I said earlier, no clothes on, sweating. Got the towel.
No, we
This
can't
is my
hear anything.
OnlyFans set. What?
What kind of content do you put on OnlyFans, Steve?
Whatever they're willing to pay. You know, what kind of money are they willing to pay? I gotta eat, you know.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I did get that. It's mixed with lemonade, and when we say lemonade, I'm using the British lemonade,
Okay, what's that?
Like cloudy.
which
lemonade.
means lemon. No, that's the. Well, I'll just show you
Yeah. Show,
because
show and
you guys
tell.
showed me your beers. You guys showed me your beers. It is noon here, so I can start, and I used a different.
Well, it's
I used a
Maker's Mark,
different-
isn't it? Yeah, bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And then I bought this yesterday to chase, or not chase, but mix. And,
Oh, it's
that's-
like bitter lemon.
Okay,
Right.
this is not really that bitter. It's a little bit. It's really cheap. I get it from some place called Grocery Outlet, $4.
Nice.
Nice.
What's that in real money?
Yeah,
£4.
I gotta pay.
Six quid or something. Yeah.
I don't make any money. I get like $7 a month on YouTube.
Yeah, I was
And,
watching a video earlier, and it was a guy who got 1 million shorts views. You know, you can get paid for YouTube shorts now, and for 1 million YouTube shorts views, he got £58. Oof.
Man,
Whereas a
dream
million
of that
video,
kind of money.
1 million video views would get you 100 times that, 5,800.
would it that sounds good then? I mean, and I talked to Jimmy about it. I checked the Social Blade on Jimmy. He's got 1.6 million subscribers now. So he can easily get 1 million views if I don't think he does right now. I think he gets, I mean, we could look, but I think he told me he's still making money because I checked the Social Blade and it's only like $2,000 a month. Okay, so what I do with Social Blade is they give you the range, but I go right in the middle because it's always correct with me. So I assume it's probably pretty correct with everybody. But Jimmy, it said something like 1,500 to 3,500. So I just said 2,500. I told him, I didn't say a number to him. I said, I saw Social Blade. I know that he used to make 10,000 a month. I would say back in 2018.
Wow.
I
That's before
believe
Rogan,
that.
because he's been on Joe Rogan since then.
Right. And he keeps getting those strikes. I have had a lot of friends contact. Okay, so he gave me a shout out on Joe Rogan. He
Yeah.
doesn't mention me on his channel. When we met, I'm like, please say it on your channel. Please tell me you're going to say something on your channel. Please. And then he never, he's like, oh, I'll give you a shout out on Twitter. I think that got me like 1 subscriber on YouTube. And I know for a fact that if he were to give me that shout out, it would only get maybe 3,000, I believe. And maybe over time it would add up. But Nikki Anna Jones, have you met them? She talks highly of you guys.
Yeah. I was in the
And,
I was in the live chat briefly because you were on a show. Was it about a week ago?
Was that live?
I thought. Oh no! Well, it was a live. Sorry,
it
a
was
premiere. It was a premiere.
Premiere? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you were
I got
there.
that.
Nikki
By the
was
way,
there.
I should have put my. I set this up today. I don't really have an OnlyFans set here, but I just in case, because I told you I don't like the beard. I grew this beard. I've kept it for you, but I'm ready to shave it off live on screen.
Right,
no.
that would be a
I'm
first,
tired of
wouldn't it?
it. Well, think about how old that makes me look. Did I have this white gray hair the last time
Yeah.
you saw a beard from me? No? I mean, I'm supposed to be looking like, look, I'm only 55. I feel like I'm 60 right there. Anyways,
Distinguished.
I won't look.
I
It's tough. I did shave my own head, by the way. I'm tired of that little thing, the whole the Graham Hancock clip. That little, I don't know how to describe that little thing that was going on, but it's summer here. I don't have time to be messing around. So
I should
if you guys are lucky, okay,
we'll
maybe
see.
if somebody were to give you a super chat, right?
I don't even think we have those enabled.
We cut those in half, and I get what? Okay, so how do you get your money?
We don't.
I know you guys are monetized.
Every video is instantly given is downgraded. It's made not friendly for advertisers.
Yeah.
We have to appeal every single one. It usually takes about a week. So all the views have already happened by the time it comes through.
But during the live stream, they can't do that to you. They got to give you your super chats. I believe if you're monetized.
Yeah, super chat. I don't think we have them enabled, but yeah. But I mean, as far as like views, revenue from views, yeah, we have to. We get like an amber warning on every video, basically. We have to appeal it.
A nice female viewer, gives me a shout out. Yeah, then maybe we can do it. I think I look younger. Yeah. I mean, the pockmarks show up, but whatever. So what were we going to say about? There was something you asked me, and I kind of changed the subject.
Something about massive North American ancient buildings.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's the thing. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. Do you already think I'm crazy?
Yeah, a little bit.
when you watch okay, so let's go over what I shared with a passion all those slides, and I had a goal, and I got to the end, but there's a lot that I kind of you guys were different. You guys are good. I like the way you guys handled it, because there was a point where I was just going through the slides real fast, and you're like, faster. I'm like, okay, I got to slow down. But the other interviews I've done, they're like, whoa, stop. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to talk about this. Not Nikki Anna did that interview, and there is a part 2 coming. So I feel like I'm kind of undermining our interview, because by the way, I keep looking there because I put the screen over there. Big mistake, I think. I don't know. How does that look?
It's fine. That's
so
probably
every time I
side.
need to grab a file, although I'm not sharing my screen. So thank you. Yeah, I think that this side has if I shave this off, we're going to see some pock marks here. I don't know about that. 55, is it worth like getting that sorted? Also, this thing. People always say, "Hey, your skin tag on your this little thing, this little in person." Oh, don't worry, I've got the make me look good option pumped up to 100%. So
really?
I'm probably, but this thing, if I had it on 0, it'd be like sagging down like a witch. And anyway, I mean, I know I got bags, but the thing is this thing people always pointed out. Oh, that skin tag. I never even heard that term before, skin tag.
Oh, yes.
I heard the mole. I like to say mole. There's a mole. Get that mole removed. There's a wart or a mole. That's not a wart. But then somebody starts using skin tag. I feel like I'm in a clothing store.
Do people say that to you? Fuck those guys, man.
Yeah, fuck those guys. It was Graham Hancock, by the way.
They might be.
He was like, "Nice to meet you, Stig. You've got a skin tag." Anyway, I already told you this story.
Is that your best British accent, Stig?
I haven't even given you my best. I'm going to save it. Save it. Was that me? And I barely. Okay, so that was my European English, not British English, but language English accent. Right. Having taught the language for 25 years, I just want to point out, you guys have really messed it up, right? Like, for example, boot, right? You guys like use it for the trunk of a car. Everybody knows it's what you kick the shit out of a prostitute with. Like, okay, so I would like to get into stand-up comedy too, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
not so good.
Just before we get off the skin test, I just had a comment in from Emma, and she says, apparently, Stig, apple cider vinegar and tea tree oil gets rid of skin tags, but you have to administer it rectally.
So somebody takes their rectum and puts it right on my face. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that would probably work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. In fact, I could probably do that live on air. Okay.
Put it on your OnlyFans as well while you're at it.
I'm going to start an OnlyFans, and we're going to do that.
Okay.
No, I'm a serious explorer. I don't joke around. What was my other gag? Oh, yeah. What is the thing with the opening hours? Is that what you guys say?
Oh, yeah. Opening hours for pubs and bars.
So you put the sign on the wall. It says opening hours. And that's correct English? Is that what you're telling me?
Opening
Yeah,
hours.
opening hours, yeah.
Opening
Let's talk
times.
about the action of opening something. So opening, you open it and then you close it. So after it's open, then it's open, but the opening happens very quickly. So the opening hours should only be the beginning. And
Yes.
We've got some heavy doors over here, Stig.
True. I heard they're the size of giants.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's really okay. So getting serious, John Levy and I forgot his name. God damn it. Anyways, he's not that popular anyways yet, but he's a fan of the whole mud fossil Tartarian theory stuff. Do you know what that is?
The mud flood.
Not mud. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said wrong. Mud flood. I personally can't summarize what that all means. And when people throw that at me, I get a little irked. It's like, don't talk about that to me. But it is quite interesting, these buildings that have been torn down in the 1900s. It's like, when were they built? When were they built? And they say, oh, it was a what do they call them? A fair or a show. And then they tore them down after the show. But it's like all across America, there's these buildings that are torn down that used to exist in like 1900, and they were beautiful, and they had all the things that like European buildings have. And like I just saw yesterday, I Am Kairos. Sorry for the delay in memory. I Am Kairos. I'm getting a little blurry who did it, but I thought it was him who did the Lighthouse of Alexandria. If you see pictures of that, it doesn't look Egyptian. It looks Roman, maybe.
But did no cameras back then, Stig?
Oh, well, drawings of it, not
Right.
photographs, but a picture that has been drawn. I can draw a picture. 25 years teaching English.
Are these contemporary pictures, though? Contemporary drawings?
The ones of the Lighthouse of Alexandria that I've seen. Okay, so I was almost asleep, and I was like watching this video, and I said, that looks like the Lighthouse of Alexandria. And then sure enough, it was. Maybe that was the John Levy video I watched last night. But the point is that some of these buildings could have been around. And this has nothing to do with my stuff, even the Rashat structure. But it's when we talk about North America and the structures, and I want to talk about star forts. Star forts seem to be a European thing. If you look at the world map, and it's on the Twitter, the world map of star forts, and it's not by me. I should have wrote it. You can't. You know what? I got that stupid blue check mark. I'm getting rid of that because I thought it would allow me to edit stuff that I did years ago and edit stuff that I made a mistake. No, you can only edit it for a day or 30 minutes or something. And it's like, so what? Who needs that? And also I thought it would let me do some other mass editing things. I want to delete a bunch of old Twitters that are irrelevant. So the point is that the Starfort map is on that Twitter feed of mine. And you see, okay, it's not every Starfort. There's a bunch missing, but you can see that the major influence for star forts was Europe, and it expanded. It seems like it expanded out from there. So I'm not saying that, and that's where I think this is Tartarian theme. And I don't know about mud floods. I really don't. I don't have any mud flood comment. There it goes. And that's something I posted. That's not my map. If you look at the right below it, it shows the guy's name and who did it.
Right. But I mean, there seems to be in America, Central America, and a few in South America. It's just that there's more of a concentration in Europe, I would suggest, no?
Right. I don't know a lot about star forts. I told that to Nikki Anna. And I said, I'm not trying to, but when we talk about, I call this modern day stuff.
Right.
Modern day stuff. I mean, are star forts over 1,000 years old? I kind of doubt it, but it seems like something was going on that was a little bit under the mainstream view. If you don't have to click on that, but the North America is not showing it. Oh, there it is over there. It's on the right. Okay, I'm sorry. And the North America has it on the East Coast mainly. I really do want to go to that one single one you see right in the middle. It's in New Mexico, and that one has the outline of the base of a star fort that's. They claim the Civil War soldiers built it. That's bullshit. I mean, you can see the Civil War barracks right next to it.
Wow. What's that one in the middle of the ocean? That looks like where the Azores is.
That must be Hawaii. See, we're looking at the Pacific.
Yeah, it's wrong
Ocean.
side of the. That's in the Pacific. Sorry.
Yeah. And what's that down there in New Zealand? Is that 2 down in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Right. So that would suggest
wait till
that
you hear my
these
news.
are colonial era. If you're gonna go with the what would you say, the common narrative of history, you would expect that star forts in New Zealand are going to be from the colonial period onwards, wouldn't you?
Which is starting 1600s or
later, I think, for New Zealand.
1700s. Yeah, didn't they not discover it until
Captain Cook, wasn't it?
Year?
Captain Cook.
That's what they say. I don't believe any of that narrative. I don't believe Antarctica was discovered in 1820. We've got 1500-year maps that show Antarctica, right?
Right. The Piri
I don't
Reis.
really want to talk about. Well, Piri Reis. Okay, look, I got Piri Reis over here. I can pull the Piri Reis up, but I think there's other better maps that show Antarctica. I mean, Piri Reis was influenced by Christopher Columbus because the maps that Christopher Columbus came up with after that time, at least in the northern part, in the North America, the South America going down to Antarctica, everybody's arguing about it. I don't really want to get on that bandwagon and advocate or for or against. I mean, Graham Hancock talks a lot about the Piri Reis map. In fact, it was in his book. Was it Fingerprint of the Gods?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure. I mean, I listened to the audio because I was working. I painted a house. I have good memories when I was listening to his stuff because I was up in northern Taiwan. I was broke. Someone was paying me $50 a day to fix up their house. They were renting it. It's a long story. So I spent about a month and a half up there, and thank God. Never mind. The point is that it was a good time alone, and I was able to listen to those audiobooks. And so I can't remember which one. I do remember the Terra Preta came from
America before.
Thank you. Yeah,
the Terra Preta. That's that famous black soil that's incredibly virulent. I don't know if that's the right word. It's great for growing stuff. Fertile. That's the right word. Yeah, from South America.
Man-made or intelligently designed. I don't want to say man-made anymore because I don't want to say it was aliens. I don't want to say it was ancient humans. And I'm talking about the old stuff, pre-Atlantis. Terra Preta must be pre-Atlantis. And we're finding stuff that in North America, it's a Graham Hancock map where there's 30,000 years old, 25,000 years old. So Atlantis was 13,000 years ago, 12,000. That's when it was over, right? That's when the cataclysm happened, 12,800. So if we're finding sites all over North America that are still look like hunter-gatherers, not like they're advanced technology, but at the same time, way before Atlantis was had their downfall.
The thing I think a lot of people overlook when looking at Atlantis and lost civilizations is we forget that in the modern era, we have societies like ours that have iPhones, Wi-Fi, and power distribution networks living alongside hunter-gatherers. There are still hunter-gatherer tribes living in the world. It's not one or the other.
True.
People think, Atlantis lost civilization and the whole world was colonized by some advanced technological, society. It doesn't have to be. It can be a mixture, just like it is today.
And I get in arguments. Well, I don't want to say arguments because I withdraw. People trying to tell me, oh yeah, Atlantis was Japan, which I'm not saying it wasn't. I was in Taiwan. I was there on the East Coast. And like you just said, I totally agree with what you just said, that hunter-gatherers were living maybe side by side. And nowadays, you don't even see what's called technology leapfrogging, where these tribes are grabbing onto the technology. Like they're not taking smartphones from somebody who's trying to give it to them. And they're like, we don't need this. We'll kill you. At least that's over. Where are they killing people? Over in off Sri Lanka?
North Sentinel Island, isn't it?
Is that near Sri Lanka?
It's in the Indian Ocean, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And some people showed up and got themselves killed.
Well, they keep doing it, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be bothering the Red tribe in Amazon. We haven't seen them since those airplane shots of the woman looking up at the airplane and she was all red. Remember that one?
Yes, and there was a famous story of a plane being deified, wasn't it? Wasn't there a tribe that worshipped an idol of someone from World War II or something? Or is this from an Indiana Jones film?
Yeah. That's called a something cult. Cargo cult.
Cargo cult. That's it, yeah.
Cargo cult.
So a
yeah.
cargo plane goes down and it forms a cult basically around there.
Again, I'm not so impressed. I mean, we're talking about the last 100 years, so I'm not really that impressed with. I mean, it exists, but a lot of people try to show me stuff that's modern day, and I'm getting over this whole. Like I said, I'm changing jobs. I'm going over to AGT, do the stand-up comedy thing. I got bucket list, man. I went to Africa, and except I'm still haunted by what I found and what I'm thinking is true. And I know you guys think I'm crazy, but it's serious. I just don't see it. And I think it's all on the Twitter feed, but we can take it one step at a time. I was hoping to get some feedback from our last talk to kind of see if I missed something, or did anybody have any questions? Ben? I think you're the one that thinks I'm crazy. You're the one who thinks I'm craziest, right?
No, man.
Matt's maybe feels like.
I think we could probably go deeper into the rechat structure.
No,
I wanted to ask.
Okay, both are wrong. Both are wrong. Both are wrong. It's reshot, like shot, but shot. Right, okay. Shot, like shotgun. Okay, no, and I'll tell you one more thing before, because people are saying Ricard, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, because there's something Jimmy said 5 years ago, Ricard, and it's like they won't ditch it. But when I was there, people said we pronounce it Erishot. So I guess the air is kind of like an article, like the. I'm not sure. I don't speak Arabic. I only speak Chinese and Spanish.
Rishot structure.
Okay. Rishot.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we could get some on that. Ben. Just before we go on to that, we mentioned star forts earlier. I just wanted to ask, that fort that's in Battery Park at the bottom of Manhattan Island in New York. Are you familiar with it?
Okay.
I think it's a Civil
probably
War
need to look
fort.
at it.
I've been there, and I vaguely remember it being star-shaped, but I may have dreamt that bit. Is that on the list?
Can you say the name again?
It's in Battery Park, Manhattan.
On the one that he's got? You might want to open it up and just see for yourself.
No, it's not on there.
Right.
Well, I don't know if we can click on it, but it's like a Civil War fort at the bottom of Manhattan Island. It looks completely out of place.
Can you see the name again?
Manhattan Island, Battery Park.
There's one there.
Manhattan Island, Battery Park.
Which one?
Open it up. I'm just looking at
Port Hamilton. We've got Port Schuyler.
No,
Port
that's Hoboken. It'll be where's the Hudson River there?
It must be right. Oh, you know what? The Statue of Liberty is on a star fort.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay, yeah. So that's Long Island. So
there it is, and the Statue of Liberty star fort is beautiful. I'm looking at it right now, but I'm going to go look for what you just said. Going back up to keep talking.
Bottom of Battery Park. It is just where you get the Staten Island ferry from.
Oh, I see now. Okay, that thing, I don't see it yet. I don't see a star fort there.
Okay, it might just be a square fort.
It's actually curved, and it's. I'm looking because sometimes they take away half of it, and so you've got half a star fort. It might be hiding somewhere. You said you visited it. I'm not going to call you a liar. I've never been there.
I went there. I can't remember what shape it was.
But you're not talking about. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to leave this open, and if I ever. Oh wait, did you go over? Oh, there it is. No, I found it. It's okay. So it's on Governor's Island.
That rings a bell. Yeah,
it's right below Battery Park. So the Battery, if you go directly south across the water, you get to Gitano Island. Wait, why is there two names? It says Governor's Island and Gitano Island. Anyways, Fort J, it says. Fort J.
Fort J. Okay, is it just a standard Civil War fort then?
What you say, Civil War? I don't want to agree that Civil War has anything to do with star forts, only because what I've seen over by looking at Google Earth in New Mexico. But the history gets rewritten by the people
Victors.
who lost. Oh, the victors, right? The victors, not the guys in the dungeons, right? But to me, the idea that, I mean, I went to high school in the U.S. We kind of studied the Civil War. They didn't go too deep into history. I thought we were gonna. Okay, in junior high, they went through ancient history. They never talked about Sumeria. They talked about ancient Greece, and then the Romans, and then that's about it, right? And then we kind of gave up on history, and then we had kind of a U.S. history. I did have one class in high school, and wasn't very inspiring. Just the topics were so dull, and they were mostly about like civics and not really history, to be honest.
We have the same. It's just kings, Tudors, the other bits.
I have and I was thinking about you guys when I was looking up. Is it King David was your first British king? Apparently, is that who? I don't know. Is it not Alexander?
That's Judaism.
Is it Alexander? I don't know. Okay, maybe Alexander. King Alexander, then?
The Great, Alexander the Great. Was he the first?
Alexander the Great. Was he your first king?
No. Alexander the Great was the Macedonian, no?
Was he later on?
Well, there was 330 BC. There was Athelstan, wasn't there?
Yes, so there was kingdoms, wasn't there? So there was Mercia.
Yeah. I think Athelstan is regarded as the first king who united the separate kingdoms, Athelstan.
So
Alfred the Great, is probably the one, isn't it? You're thinking of Alfred the Great.
I see. We didn't learn about kingdoms in high school. I was curious. So, did you learn that in junior high school? I know you don't really have the same. No. I should say secondary school.
No, you just do about the Henry VIII, the Tudors, the Stuarts. Who comes next?
Right. And what year was that? 880.
Civil War.
What? Really? Oh, really?
Yeah,
not 800.
Yeah, the Roundheads and the Cavaliers.
Yeah, then we were done the English Civil War, and then
Napoleon was around then, I guess.
No, that would be
later on, 200 years later, ish.
Well, don't say the Civil War. You're not talking about my Civil War. Then.
No,
You're talking about
the English Civil War.
Okay.
Oliver Cromwell.
You scared me. But what year? That was like 1200, 1300.
No, 16
something.
Oh, 16. Mercantilism, right? Hey, and props to you guys for illegalizing slavery first. You walk around here, people say,
do you think was that due, do you think, to industrialization? The Industrial Revolution made it less profitable to have human slaves.
Oh, I think that the slaves became illegal, and then they became employees, and then they got
rebranded as employees.
Yeah, rebranded. Now you get money. Now you get money, and you get to leave the premises at night sometimes, but
not if you're making iPhones in China.
That's and then another guy just jumped from a Chinese building. I just read the news. He just committed suicide. God. I was joking. It wasn't a joke. This guy really did it. His girlfriend was at the mall. You guys have malls,
shopping centers.
And in the United States, a mall is like 2 stories, but in China they go up to in Taiwan they go up to 14 floors. But the first half of it is open air, so there's escalators. And this guy, his girlfriend's like, I just want to go to one more place, and he's holding all these bags, and he just jumped over the banister. He offed himself. He killed himself because he couldn't accept his girlfriend's demands of continuing to shop.
That's dark.
It's just another job, right? That's why I don't have a girlfriend. I mean, I have a girlfriend. I can produce a girlfriend, but
okay, that's very good. So you want some feedback on the reshot interview that you did?
Ignore everything I just said and let's talk about that.
Good segue.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
I'm looking for roommates, by the way.
Okay, you want to look somewhere else. So I think from when I was talking about it the other week, it felt like we got to kind of the outer ring of the structure, and then we had to finish because we'd been going 3 hours. So
really? No, I went on and on past that about all these other things going on in South Africa and also North America.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
No, we didn't get to North America. That was the plan for tonight.
Yeah.
To go to North America.
All right. I think I might have to share a screen then, but not exactly right away. But that's North America. So let's finish up with Rashad. Let me talk about two things with the Rashad. I do want to share a screen very soon, but I'll just say that I went there twice and I still didn't get it. The second trip I got it. The second trip, and I was trying to get. I didn't care about the center of the Rashad, which also has these quarry fields that Randall Carlson was talking about, and I'll prove that. But I wanted to get up to what I call the Giant's Quarry, because this beautiful thing, and I showed a picture of it, but we were going too fast at the end, and I tried to go there, but the fact is that the driver couldn't drive quickly enough to get us there, so we had to turn around and go back. And I was pissed, but I heard later I could go there by camel. But Google Earth really is a better way of seeing certain things, and I can show you two things about that Giant's Quarry. Is it's like 8 miles long of straight line quarrying. I don't want to say mining. Mining, yes, but not the type of mining for blocks, like you're taking blocks away to build a pyramid. That I can show you too. I can show you that. But I think that and they probably happen right in the center of the Rashad. I've got a picture ready for you when we share the screen. But the center of the Rashad, the thing about, so Randall Carlson, I'm going to open it for myself because I want to give you some dates, because I got this back in, I'll put it here so I can look at the camera. Back in 2020, he did a series of podcasts. This one is Randall Carlson podcast episode 009, Atlantis Mystery, Evidence Revealed, part 7, Rashad Structure, Mauritania. This was the one we were all waiting for. I was still in Taiwan. I was still unable to travel. COVID was just getting started. And he said outcrops in that structure were being quarried by someone there. Okay, so he spends a half hour or 45 minutes. I forgot how I accidentally just navigated away. Let me try that again. He spends an hour and 57 minutes talking about all this stuff. And he goes into some papers, and I don't know if you knew this, but I met him in Sedona, Arizona, 2021. And he literally got on stage and said to me directly, he was looking at me, I've read more than just a couple of Wikipedia articles. I'm like, what the fuck? What the... Right. I'm sorry, who, me? I mean, these ladies, he had a lot of followers, and I did grab the video, so maybe I'll show you that. But I didn't even realize how significant this was. I'm stuttering. Significant. But he said people were quarrying, outcrops in this structure. So after an hour and a half talking about this paper, talking about this, I've seen all that stuff before. He's just repeating the mainstream media. And then he says, outcrops in the structure were being quarried by somebody hundreds of thousands of years ago.
What?
That's what he said. No, yeah, I'll show you, and I can even play the clip for you. I've had trolls come at me, and they're like, you can't say that. And I said, click this link. Click this link. Click this link.
What podcast?
Tell me the timestamp. You're going to tell me the timestamp. I'm like, just click the fucking link, and I blocked that asshole.
So what episode was it? Say again so people can check for themselves. Is it the Cosmographia podcast?
Should I share? Well, it all got rearranged. This one, I'm gonna double check. The screenshot I grabbed, unfortunately, didn't show the channel, but I can show that to you. I think it's on the Twitter feed, way down on the Twitter feed. You can play it, but it's Randall Carlson. I'm sure if you type this in, you'll find Randall Carlson podcast, capital E, lowercase p, no space, 009, episode 009, Atlantis Mystery, space, evidence revealed, capital P, lowercase t, 7, part 7, again, no space.
How do I search a Twitter feed? Does anyone know?
Rashad Structure, Mauritania. Go straight down in the Twitter feed. It's way down there, though. And it's a picture of, well, you know what? Why don't you just wait till I screen share and I'll show you?
I don't know how to search a Twitter feed.
You just got to go straight down my profile. But here, let me go down with you, and then we can do it together. Okay, so going down my Twitter feeds, I'm just gonna scroll down first, past Jimmy, past the Starforts, past the airplane. You can see me take off.
You got a shout out on Forbidden Frontiers with Gary from Nerdrotic.
By Jimmy, right?
Yeah, Gary's been on our podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure who that. I mean, Jimmy did an interview with some folk, and he gave me the shout out. Yeah. Finally figured out how to pronounce my name. I mean, we've learned a lot in the last just 2 years. When I met, and I'm just saying this because I'm seeing it, George Howard, that really opened my eyes about what happened in North America and the Carolina-based surveys. I don't even know if I talked about that with you guys, but that really opened my eyes. Going past the Sphinx stuff, going past the London Hammer stuff.
I'm down to like February now, and I can't find it.
February 11th. I see that.
March.
But it's even farther. Go down a little. Okay, I'll give you the date. That's a good idea. This is smart, man. Okay, we keep going. There it is. No. Oh, there it is. And I'm sorry, I was a liar. No link there. But I do have the link.
What an anticlimax.
But at least you can show it. Go down to January 17th. Go down to January 17th and you can show the slide that I'm talking about. It's got a picture of, I don't even know what that scan is of the Rashat structure, and Randall Carlson's on the right. And it's taken directly from the video. You can find that it's done. I guess it wasn't all the way at the end. I guess he did it the first hour. He talked about it. But that's actually a 2-hour program.
I've found it. Let me just throw this up on the screen for people. Window capture. So there we are. So it says outcrops in this structure that were being quarried by somebody hundreds of thousands of years ago, referencing the Rishat.
Okay, so that's kind of taken a little bit out of context. I think he said there were outcrops in this structure. I just grabbed that because it was the automated subtitles.
Right, yeah. So, it's Randall Carlson podcast, episode 9, Atlantis Mystery on YouTube, if you want to look it up. And it was published on January the 20th, 2020.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, that's a revelation, that, isn't it?
Well, the first trip, I didn't even think about this statement, although I was wondering, and I wanted to ask him when I met him, but it's a long time ago. It's 2 Easters ago that I met him. Not last Easter, but the Easter before. And in Sedona, they seem to have a show every year. And I thought that was pretty cool. He's a really cool guy. That's true. But as a Freemason and the holder of certain knowledge, I don't know what degree Mason he is, and I don't really care. But I do believe imagine. He never said that. I don't have evidence of that. And honestly, is 33. I was looking through it wasn't even ChatGPT, but it seems like every degree you get like a new revelation is learning. And I think that he's holding back from us, right? He's not telling us everything. At the Sedona show, he talked about the Knights of the Templar and the Holy Grail. And that was, and it was kind of random, like what's going on here? But I was just being Mr. listening to the lecture, and I didn't want to try to insert any of my, hey, the Atlantis was the Rashat structure in Mauritania. I've been there once because it was before I went a second time. But no, I didn't do that. He already knew I was I told him when I met him that I created a clickbait video titled Randall Carlson was wrong about Atlantis. And he didn't seem to mind at the time. But like I said, I guess he had the week or the couple days it was Sunday when he said that stuff. I've read more than a couple Wikipedia articles.
Whoa, that's a good voice. That's a good impression.
No, that was my British. And so, sorry, I got to mute. I'm back, right? Good. Okay, so then we found out about the. Okay, well, not we. See, I'm already off my point. What was my point?
I know you're talking about Randall Carlson.
Yeah, I know what it was. Fuck Randall Carlson. Anyways,
timestamp 44 minutes 36 seconds.
Yes.
Well,
Wait, is that where we are right now?
Isn't that the part of secret societies? Is that, you know, you can't release everything to the profane. People have to find their own way to the information, haven't they?
That's what they say to people who aren't inside knowledge.
Yeah.
Apparently, no, I don't know, but let me finish one thing. The chalice, the cup, the Holy Grail is really symbolic for just ancient knowledge that was being passed, apparently, and also the architecture. There was a lot of focus on architecture that day, embedded in the architecture. Now, I do want to say the what's on the Acropolis, the
Parthenon.
The Greek Parthenon has geodetic embedded data in its creation. Now, I learned that from Randall Carlson, and I do love Randall Carlson. I mean, I'm a little ticked that he won't return my emails and that he won't give us this knowledge. I feel that what I've discovered is the ancient knowledge that he's been hiding. I'm going to show you this. So how much time do we have left?
We've got like 20 minutes, so we better get onto this ancient knowledge pretty quick.
Don't lie, really? Okay, we got to get onto it real quick then. We got to move away from the Rashat.
Yes.
So go to the end of the last, I don't know if it's on the video, but the Tibesti Mountains, Algeria's Nasil, I said it wrong. Tasil Najer, a national park, right next to Libya, where there's some other stuff, and inside Mauritania as well. There's all sorts of cray. Let me share the screen if we have 20 minutes left. How's that for a deal?
Yeah.
Can you allow that? Because I think you have to.
I'll make it work.
So
I don't like rushing your steak. It's just that we've got work.
20 minutes is 20 minutes. 20 minutes is 20 minutes. Yeah, I hear you.
We can do a little bit longer. We can do a little bit longer if needed.
I thought you were kidding actually when you said 20 minutes left, but yeah, let's just try to get it all in. So where am I? This is the Nikiana. Why would that have to happen? That's the Nikiana. So if you want to talk about the Rashat, go to this. And you said you watched it, Phil. Thanks for watching that. Let me. Sorry, I'm just going to grab some stuff here. The stuff in the Sahara Desert. I remember I showed you the Englishman's lips. The Englishman in the Sahara Desert. And you said, yeah, it kind of does look like an Englishman. You don't remember that? I'm just going to go to Google Earth. Because if I start, I can pull up a couple slides when needed. Look, it goes straight to the Rashat structure. Okay, so if you didn't know there... Oh, great. Stop. Sorry, let me just kind of show you what you were just talking about. When he said that, it's all showing up on the wrong screen. So when he said that, I didn't know that there was quarry fields right here. I thought the quarry fields that he was talking about was something a little bit lighter. But this one and down here, you can certainly see they're not the best quarry fields if you want to argue quarry fields. Instead, go to the Tasil Najer, go to and the reason why I'm showing you this, as we already said, we got to get off this Africa part and get to North America. So I'm going to get this all in there, is that there's the Giants quarry field right up here that I think is crazy beautiful. It's right there, and I want to go there. But apparently you can only go there by camel. Now this, if you measure it, this quarry field is it's 609 feet. So it's not like the largest thing in the world. But the other thing that I want to show you, and I've got these things ready. Of course, it's going to show up in the wrong screen, right? There we go. So that right there, that's length. And what is the length? It doesn't say? It's coming soon.
No, it doesn't say.
Okay, it's coming here. No, not here. It's coming. That is like 6 miles. Now, do you see? That's the same thing. I guess I'll have to just measure it, but it doesn't matter. It's about 6 miles. Oh, there it is, 6.5 miles. Let me move this over here. So it's this thing that's 6.5 miles long, these lines, this is the quarry fields. These are the lines. I can show you kind of three-dimensionally. It starts right around here, but you get over there and kind of go down this way and zoom in that way, and you can start to see these long cuts. Okay, anybody have a question about that? Now you're going to say that looks natural. Okay, I used to think it looked natural too. Okay, but look at that. That's natural? I don't think so anymore. Those are the same type of lines that were made by the quarry fields that I showed you.
Yeah,
And,
those to the
there's
top
more.
left there.
Top left over here, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
and
that's
then
another point. It goes under the sand. So
fucking
this sand
just
here,
miles of straight lines, man.
you can see over here part of these lines too. Kind of over here. It's not perfect, but the point is this stuff goes out under the sand. This is an ancient shoreline right there. Let me make it north. Okay, and that's the eyebrow. And I think that this was a big sea. And I think that there were quarries, there were canals, but I promised you I wasn't going to talk about that. The last thing I want to show you in the Sahara Desert is in Algeria. I showed you last time, but just real quick to remind, right over here. Okay, so let me back out so you can see. Oh yeah, and the Englishman. You don't remember the Englishman?
Oh yeah.
English patient, was it?
And the lips?
Yeah.
This whole area and this thing right here, I believe that there was some type of a geopolymer activity shaping this stuff. Okay, this is like miles long. So I lied again. I'm getting back to my final point about the Sahara Desert, and then we're going to move back to Colorado and this other point. But all this mountain's been worked out here. Then you go, that was Chad, Tibesti Mountains in Chad. If you get over here, you can see this one right here is my favorite to show off. You can see the rectangles that were created by the mining. And it would seem that this breach from water came later. If you measure from this corner to this corner and this corner to that corner, it's perfectly the same. And you've got these other lines in here. Something was going on in here. It's mining. It's not natural. No, because of this and these types of shapes, when I went to Utah, I kept my promise. But you could spend hours looking at this whole area. But I kept my promise. Going over here to the North America, and we'll go to Utah, and we look at what's called the Canyonlands. Now, especially where the 70 is where Moab is here. So you go where the confluence of the Colorado River is with this other river. Wait, am I here? I'm in the wrong spot. Where's confluence at? A little bit farther south. Why am I lost?
Zoom out. The Colorado River is the one that cut the Grand Canyon, supposedly, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not in the Grand Canyon right now. Grand Canyon's down here in Arizona. And there's a lot to look at there. I can talk about that. Let me show you the Grand Canyon. Right over here, there's a spot where you see a mound carved into the mountaintop. And all around it is some type of a quarrying, mining activity.
Whoa.
So this is my favorite place. Now, if you back out, you can see these mining fields. Now, look at this. Don't tell me that nature is going to make parallel lines going in 1, 2, and well, this is only 2. So sometimes it's only 2, 1, 2 directions. That if you try to tell me nature did that, I'm sorry, I don't believe it anymore. Look at these cuts.
Well, they look
So
so
what's
similar,
happening
don't
here?
they, to the ones in Mauritania?
Yeah.
Well, these are quite rectangular here, but I can show you the ones in Utah. But what I'm trying to say here is that they were using these rivers as a placer mining, so they could throw all the dirt into the river. This was not for cubes. See, you're seeing, actually, I'm not seeing any triangles here. You're seeing cuts that are going in all different directions. So, Ben, how do you feel? You think I'm crazy, or you think it's possible that somebody an ancient being could have done that?
It looks possible to me, man.
Oh, cool. Well, let me pick on Matt. Matt, are you the one calling me crazy? Behind my back?
Yeah, only behind closed doors, though. Not live on air. Yeah.
Don't do it live on air.
No.
Okay, one thing I can show you that I don't really want to get too deep into, but you can see more pictures of this at my Facebook page called Was This Atlantis?
Right.
This is South Africa. The first few are South Africa. I recently moved these older pictures here, and that's Mauritania. This is Utah. And all along the Colorado River, that's nothing. There's these dikes, and I don't want to keep going here, but please check out the page yourself. All along the Colorado River, this activity is going on, and it's not all looking the same. It looks like there were all sorts of different projects, mining projects along. Okay, so let me zoom into the one that I just can't believe I got lost again because I've been practicing.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I gotta. Okay, cut this part out. No, I'm just
It
joking.
makes sense to have the excavation next to a river, doesn't it? So you can just dump all the waste, dump it down the hill, straight into the river.
That's part 2.
If it's at the side of a canyon and the river's eroded away, then you might find more minerals there, I suppose. If you're saying that it's a mine for minerals rather than for blocks.
Well, here's my problem. These were definitely not blocks. There's straight lines, but then the side, it seems like they're cutting into it. I don't even want to say what happened here. I mean, was there other water going through here? Why are these lines all doing this? I really feel like it's not natural. Now, this looks natural right there. I'm not going to lie. Up near the top, though, it really, you get to some, where is it? Up near let me show you where we are. Colorado River, this is the confluence overlook. Just go right around here and kind of go down a little bit, maybe here. You start to see where these are really straight. And by the way, Google gives it great 3D. I've got the 3D turned off, but Google's got some really good 3D scans of this whole area. So whenever you see this dirt, it's below the rocks. Sometimes I thought it was a plateau above the rocks. So just accepting that this is nature, and sometimes you can see some quite straight lines. I really have some good ones, but I'm not going to lie. There's a lot that are looking like they could be natural. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is probably natural. I tried to drive my truck in there to get up close to some of these straight lines to see if I could see any machining. But this is not really where I want to talk anymore. I just want to say that this may or may not look natural or unnatural, but when you follow the Colorado River, you see all sorts of different types of projects. And getting up to where are we now? Okay, this is going to go through Moab and get into Colorado. Okay, how much time you got left now? 10 minutes?
No, you're all right. We've got.
All right.
Go a bit
Let's
longer.
back out and look at Colorado. I've been there twice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get off. I kind of wish that I could show, the first of all, let's put everything. But the other one where it's just streets, I guess that's just street. That's a Google Maps. It's a different program. So right along this one, this is the 25, and there's the New Mexico. That fort, the Star Fort I wanted to visit is right about here, and you can go down New Mexico, and then you got to cut over to Albuquerque, so it's kind of inconvenient. You can go to Four Corners, which is right here. I just went to Ship Rock. Have you heard about that?
No,
I don't know Ship Rock.
Ship Rock has these dikes coming across. They call them volcanic tubes or volcanic dikes. I just drove there, and it was stunning. I entered here, and I drove along this dirt road. Actually, I cut up here, and I got there, and I went over here, and then I went back, and I went around there, because there's another line right here. I mean, look how symmetrical these mounds are that are right there. I guess I could show you. If we have more time, I'll show you Ship Rock, because I don't want to focus on it. I did find an ancient cemetery, though. But look at that dike right there. They're trying to say that volcanic dikes sprung up from this volcanic field, they call it. It looks more like a plug. In fact, it might be even higher than Devil's Tower. I still haven't figured it out. Let's ask ChatGPT later on if we have more time.
That's mad, isn't it?
But,
I've never seen this thing before.
Never heard of
Oh
this
yeah, I
thing.
gotta pull up a picture that I took. I took a lot of pictures. Where? That's not it. Oh, that's it. Okay, great. I'm scared to open this up.
Mordor, isn't it?
Don't put the OnlyFans.
Okay, so I took a lot of pictures when I was there, and let me just do this super fast. Yeah, that's where when I went in.
Wow.
It's open. So it's got these volcanic walls. Now, Phil, I sent you a picture of a golden volcanic dike I took in Colorado, but they look exactly like this. And they're trying to say that this molten lava came up in a long linear, like a coin, but like a long oblique coin. This is just, I'm going to go faster because I didn't really want to try to show you everything about Ship Rock. Let's get back into there's some really good shots I took. And the thing was
wow,
that
you take more photos than my dad used to on holiday.
Right. Right. I know. And then I broke my camera. Okay, that's saying goodbye to Shiprock. I'm not going to show any more photos of Shiprock. But it was an important day. Nikki Anna went there. She spent all day. I was only there for about 3 hours, 2 hours, probably only 2. Okay, but let's focus on the scissoring dikes of Colorado. You can't even search that term without getting canceled.
Don't put that in Google, listeners.
I have, and I've done it. But let's just spell it D-I-K-E, even though both spellings mean this. This is a dike. This is called a volcanic dike.
Yeah.
But to be honest, okay, let's take one more thing. These volcanic dikes are about 1/10 of a mile wide. Am I lying? It's a little bit more. But okay, it's a little bit more. But I'm going to show you others, and they're all about the same width.
Wow.
This ancient technology. This ancient technology is all over the world. It's in South Africa. It's different though. Like South African dikes are so much different than our good old-fashioned American dikes. Should I stop saying it that way?
No, it's fine. That's interesting. That's a universal sort of
dikeage
width of the dike.
Here's some more. I'm gonna come back here later, but first I want to show you what I found in. Okay, I wanted to go to the beginning of the Colorado River. Doesn't that sound like cool?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to let's turn this off. And so I drove and drove and drove, and like I said, if you drive up, I gotta. You know what? I'm so stupid. I got to turn it back on. I can't see anything. All right, let's try again. So as you can see, this I-25 road goes through what is Fort Collins. And by the way, if you can take a flight to Denver and go up to Fort Collins and cut over, you can get to what I'm going to show you. But I started down here on the 70 at Denver. So I guess it's all the same. But my point is that driving through the mountains takes longer. So go over here through Fort Collins and you'll get to the head of the Colorado River, which is about here, Gold. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Rand. There it is. Rand. So Rand, I was driving through these roads, and below Rand is these two mountains, right? So I got on the road. Oh, you know what? I feel like a real. Whoops. Let's do I did everything. Where's the roads? Okay. I'm going to self-deprecate.
You might need to refresh
let's see here.
So,
Sheep. No, we're good. Sheep Mountain and Haystack Mountain. We've got. Am I lost again? I think I am lost. Let me just get the pictures.
What are we looking for?
I'm looking for some more dikes. I drove to Colorado and I stumbled across these dikes by accident. Where are we? Oh, there they are. Okay, got it. The I-25. It was right there in front of me. Radial Mountain and Parkview Mountain. So I was driving through there and I started down here and I was driving and I said, let's get the little man and let's put it right here. And I drove past this, the little man. Yeah. I drove past this. And what I'm seeing here with this dike I drove past. And by the way, Jimmy put this in his latest video, but he didn't give me credit. I was first.
Fuck Jimmy
Yeah, he didn't give me credit. Yeah, I didn't say that. Not yet. Maybe next time. This is I got better videos and stuff of this, but the point is that you can find it. Let's get out of here. That dike right there, it's going across a river. That dike right there, it was being used as a dam. Over here, you can see the rest of it. So time took its toll. And okay, there's two ways I can think of it. The ancient beings that built this wanted to block the water, or they were putting it along the mountaintop to direct the water. Now there's one there and there's one here. Keep going up 125 and you'll find this other one. There it is there. Now this one is gigantic and I got some really good videos that I'm not going to try to show you, but you can find them and also watch that Nikki Anna. Wait, it's not on the Nikki Anna interview yet, but this dike right here, these are like the giant ones. And of course, right on the other side, there's the other side. So these things were like volcanically produced. I don't know about that. I think that somebody put that there, maybe not a human, maybe an alien, maybe a giant, whatever, ancient alien theory or Anunnaki, whatever, looking for gold. But my main point here is that it created, there's one more here. This is a small one. In fact, when I drove by it, I didn't even notice it. I had to see it from the air. But what you're seeing is one dike coming from this mountain going that way, and you've got another dike that kind of hooks over and goes around, but it hooked up this way and goes down that way. And do you know what's right along here? Is the continental fucking divide. So these things were created or existed and actually directed our continental divide. Are you familiar with that term?
No, I know the term, but I don't know what it means. Is that like a fault thing, a fault line thing?
No, it's not. It's actually it's a man-made line separating rivers that empty into the Atlantic and separating rivers that empty into the Pacific. So when you're directing water one way and the other way, I mean, you could tell just now, I got lost already. You could tell just now that the thing was going east and west, not really north and south. So that being true, let's go back in there. I can find it right there. I kind of felt foolish that I couldn't find it earlier. When you see those two lines, and then you have this other one here. So I saw those two, but the ones that I'm talking about is these two, the big one and the small one. So you're going to say, well, you know, those aren't exactly alike, but I can show you in Utah. Am I going to find the right picture? Nope, that's the wrong picture. You know what I want to do is I want to use my Twitter feed because that's just going to help me find stuff faster. So the Twitter shows the trip kind of backwards, and it's right about. So those are the quarries that I showed you. That's the Jimmy. I'll show you those last. Those are the most important. This was one in New Mexico called Pie Town. Now, Pie Town, you can barely see it, and I can go there in the map, but just trust me. There's a line there. The red is, that's me, right? Am I too loud?
No, you're fine.
The line going there is the dike. Now, that is 12 miles long. And there's another one going through Pie Town. You can see it here. It's going that direction. Kind of disappears, but trust me, it's there. And I drove right there, and it's very, very prominent. And they're parallel. I mean, come on, look at those two.
Yeah.
Look at those two. Now, we'll go there just because I go along the 60. Where's the 60? Okay, I got lost. Well, here we are in New Mexico. And there's the 60s right in the middle. It doesn't appear. There it is, the 60. And Pie Town's right there.
Ziggy Dan says Pie Town is Wigan.
It's true.
Yeah.
I bought a pie in Pie Town, okay? I had to.
Was it a meat
How can you
pie?
not? Kamado had gasoline. There was no gas. I almost ran out of gas in the middle of this area. Okay, so look at those two lines. You've got the one right here. I'm going to get a little closer. Going into the mountains. That's an attribute of this shit. These fucking dikes, they go into the mountains and they stop. Okay, now, as you can see, this is not so straight. And that's another thing I want to say. When you see it start and stop and start and stop, that's the way the volcanic dike moves. It stops and goes back a little glitch and then comes back. I actually finally made it to this point right here, I believe. Maybe not. It was hard to get over here. Maybe it's over here. No, I don't think so. That's not it either. But follow this dike into the mountains. That's what we do here in the States. Follow the dike into the mountains. That's 12 miles. And I'm just trying to say, so I believe it's some type of overburden dumping. But yes, they're making straight lines. So that means they're also doing damming and water control with the overburden dumping from their mining activity. Now, I got a video of me climbing this one in Pie Town, and the videos are all kind of in the Twitter. So let's look at that. Where did that go? Twitter? Sorry. No, that's not it. That's it. So the video was me going along. Let me just make sure you know. I didn't go all the way to the end because I was really tired at that point. I wanted to get home. It was the last part of my trip. So I was here and I was driving along this road. Now, right on this road, I met 3 hikers. And those hikers, they're not, we don't need to play the sound. The hikers were going to hike the Continental Divide. So this is also the Continental Divide. Wow. So this Continental Divide thing is really freaking me out. I didn't even realize that these guys are hiking north. So they're going to go up to Colorado where I was. This is New Mexico. And I'm just driving and showing you where the dike kind of stuck out. And do you see how it, like, did water create that, or did they stop and then start? Yes, I'm saying they, as somebody built this. I got another video of me. Okay, that's it. I don't know why that played there.
But
I got another video of
why, Stig? Why all this effort building dikes all over the place?
Okay, we're getting to the end, and I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Well, water control. I mean, here's the thing. When you go along these dikes, you see breaches, water. And one of the things is you also see not really a breach. You see the dike, you can kind of see the curvature of that dike there. The dike comes down and allows this passage through and then starts again and goes back up. So in a way, did it want to control the water?
Right.
Did it get breached? Did it used to be a dam and was it breached?
Yeah, someone wants to put a finger in that dike.
Oh, well, you know what? That joke's so old. It was a Dutch guy, right? So was it, let me just say Cox Peak, finger in the dike, Cox Peak. So let me say one more thing here. These little switchbacks here and here are also an attribute of these damn dikes. They have these little switchbacks I've seen, and they're all about 45 degrees. That's less than 45, but maybe I should say 33 degrees. But the point I'm trying to make is that they're parallel. They've got intelligent attributes. There's a video that is next in my Twitter that said the places I didn't go. I'm going to show you where they are, but then we're going to go to the last point. The places that I didn't go that I will want to go is Lake Heron. There's these straight ass. Is that Lake Heron? What lake is that? That's not. Yeah, Heron Lake. And there's these straight ass dikes here, 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 here. There's one that kind of looks like it's going this direction. Actually, that's a plateau that has straight sides. And there's more. If you watch that video, you'll know where I'm going next. It's the places that I didn't go. I guess I could show you the where were we? There, right there. This video right here. The links there. Ancient structures in Colorado and New Mexico I still want to visit.
Is this a new one? And Has this only just come out, this video?
I did this video June 4th. I was just after my trip. And it was because I had to go through and figure out what I was missing. Here's me taking off in that citation. But here's some stuff about the Pie Town. Yeah, and this rock, this is the small one. This rock is exactly the same as the other one. This is wild shit. I want to show you this picture. I was doing this video on the big one. I got up there, man. I was so tired, so out of shape. But the picture I want to show you, we already kind of skipped it, right? Didn't we? No?
I don't know what you want
I have to show you later. I really want to show you. There it is, right here.
Oh, what's
this
that?
Is the spine. This is the spine of it.
The spine. I can't get my head around the scale.
I know, yeah.
What's the scale here?
No. This is small. This is
right.
This is about a foot. This is about a foot right here. Right. I could probably put my foot on it.
So that's like
right in the
peak,
middle of
that's
the dike.
The peak of the dike.
Right. I did this video, and that's when I took those pictures. And that video, I climbed up there and was so tired. But yeah, right here, this is the big dike, and right along this spine, is what I was just talking about and showed you. But I want to get to the most important thing. It's the one talking about. I'm just trying to see if I have photos. I didn't really prepare very well, I guess, because I moved my computer. I thought I was prepared. I guess I just forgot where everything was. But when we talk about these, okay, and I'm going to show you on the map exactly where they are. I want you to pay attention. Where you've got one dike going this direction, and you got another dike coming up and creating a junction. Okay, especially the one in the middle. Look at that junction. That's right there. That is clear. Now it starts again over here. I'm going to show you the real life stuff. Here's another one. You can barely see it. It's just not good lighting. It's going that direction, and you got this other one coming up and meeting it and stopping.
What can you give us an idea of the scale here? There's no like numbers on it. So like, how big?
They're about a tenth of a mile wide. Let's go there. I want to show you.
They're a tenth of a mile wide.
Just like the spine is. You saw what I was standing on, and by the way, the one I was standing on wasn't really a tenth of a mile wide. It was a little skinnier. It was very tall. but skinnier.
Because a tenth of a
And I
mile
also
would be
know-
like, what would that be like?
160 meters, isn't it?
500 and
500 feet?
500, 620. Who knows how many feet are in a mile? I always forget. I think it's 5.
It's probably 500.
280. It's 5,000 feet, and then they're a little more.
Right.
So 500 feet is a tenth. Now,
Wow.
okay, so let's back out. You can see Colorado right there. Down near the border, you've got 2 mountains. Do you notice you've got 2 mountains peaking everywhere? Look at those 2 mountains. Okay, why are the Rocky Mountains there? I sometimes wonder, and I know I sound super crazy, if they were not engineered themselves. I know two peaks everywhere you look, but look at all the dikes going to these peaks. Maybe the ancient miners were bringing material down from the mountains, or maybe they cleared this area and they were taking material up to the mountains. I've got a really interesting point on the Appalachian Mountains, but we're here right now. And I did drive around here. I stayed in a hotel. There's a north-south mountain right here. This is the north-south wall, they call it. Oh, yeah. And another thing is this little tweak right here. That should be studied, because the fact is, how can a volcanic dike suddenly bend over here and then create an angle? Was it stopped and then started again, like when you run out of glue? So you pick up another bottle and continue. And then what happened here? Why is it super thick? But this is going exactly north-south, right?
Mm. Wow,
And
is it?
That one, they call it Big Wall, I guess.
It's exactly north-south, that one.
Yeah, and this one, I couldn't access it. The rest are not north-south. So let's, and I wanted to say one more thing about this trip. I took the road. Okay, I took the trip. The lady told me to go down here, and I had a 4x. So I, believe it or not, went up this hill and took the trip to the overlook. And you can see dikes everywhere along these roads. They're everywhere. And there's even one point where you get to drive through one. Can I find it? Okay,
Wow.
I'm just going to leave it because I want to show you this up here. But you can drive through, and I've taken
seen that
pictures
photo.
of
I've seen that on your YouTube channel. The drive it, or maybe on your Twitter feed. The dike that has a tunnel through it.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to find those pretty quick, and I'll flash them at you. It's in the conversation I was having with Nikki Anna. I can go right there, and I can find those. They're probably way up there now. But let's go to this. This is what I was talking about. When you see scissoring, because that's what scissors do, dikes. And when I said scissoring dikes of Colorado, I think you were thinking something else. But
How dare
when we
you?
see this, yes. Well, I don't mind the LGB, but I do have a problem with the TQ at this time. I'm just going to say it. Boom. I'm canceled.
I think
Okay,
I
let's
think
get
you're
back to
fine,
this.
Stig. I don't think. I think you're probably in. You're probably preaching to the choir.
Well, as long as you know, I've seen enough gay porn to know I'm not gay. Okay.
How can you be sure, Stig? Maybe.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of viewing.
Nope. Next. No.
All right.
Next.
The lady
All
doth
right.
protest too much.
Nope, still not gay. Nope, still not gay. Okay. Get into the. I've seen enough tranny porn to know I'm not a tranny. I just want to say that as well. Okay. I'm not going to tell you part 3.
I'm clipping that.
Okay, let's get back. Then I definitely won't give you the third one. Okay, so I mean, here we go. Look at this.
Look at
So what you
that.
see here is, now I went here, and I drove my little car, and I stopped here, and I did a little video looking at this and saying, wow. In fact, we could go over there. There was a cow crossing the road. I thought that was so cool. So is that dike penetrating that other dike in Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, one looks higher than the other, doesn't it? The one that's going
It's
south
looking
to
higher.
north looks higher.
Slow down though. Slow down though. This is easing up and not penetrating, maybe stopping. And this one over here, now watch this. It's actually rising up to meet the dike. Okay. So it's actually like so is that what volcanic dikes do? Is that the way geology works? I'm just saying, because you've got 33 examples of this. Wait, I'm sorry. I said the wrong answer. You have seven examples of this in 33 square miles. 7 examples of this happening. Now here, look at this dike. Look at the way the legs are spread apart and how the road can go through it. The river can go through it. It ends there and then restarts again. What?
What?
God, are you there?
Yeah.
It's me, Stig. Okay, here's another
This
example.
is incredible. This picture on its own is just mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blows my mind. It makes me freak out. Okay? I'm freaking out. I'm totally freaking out. Look, over here, it's happening again.
Mm.
Yeah, it's mental. It's mental. And this is where I can leave it, or we can talk. How much time do we have
Just
left?
go
I
back
could show
to
you
the... Look at that. I mean, just go back to that overhead shot, like the straight overhead shot with the crossroads of the scissoring dikes in the middle. I mean, it's like... I mean, it just looks man-made.
So big scissoring dikes are pretty impressive, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it happens 7 times, and I think it's more than 7, but you've got the 2. These are the 2 major ones right there, and they're almost the same angle. They're not exactly the same angle. And to say, oh, the angle's the same on both sides, well, that's what happens when you go across. But
with straight lines.
So this angle's not the same. Yeah, let's take a look at one other part of it. I'm going to rotate it. But do you see the curve effect that seems to be happening here?
The curve.
Where they're trying to contain. Well, I don't know. There's something going on here, and it seems like you've got a dike there, but it seems like over here you have something going on that's not very dikeage. You've got the other ones over here, the north-south. I believe that's the north-south, or maybe the north-south is over here a little more. There's also always these butts. The Gimmer's butte or butt, right? I used to say butte, but right there. That's a prominent thing. That's got a name. Everybody looks at it. They don't talk about the dike that's right next to it, right here. Butt ditch has a name, but what the fuck is the name of that?
I can't say to it.
You could name it.
There ain't no name.
Why don't? Can you not claim it?
I thought it was called butt dike.
No, this is a butt. That's a dike. Gummer's butt, so Gummer's dike. I'm going to call it Gummer's dike or Gimmer.
Can you do that? Can you submit to Google Maps? Like, I found this formation. I want to call it butt dike.
I grew up calling them buttes. Oh, by the way, there's dikes all down this mountain. There's 2 peaks, Spanish peaks, East Peak and West. And on this side, there's all sorts of crazy action. That one thing I sent you, and I can get it really quick because I took this picture and I love it so much. Wait, why isn't it? Oh, there we go. Is that one? That was the reason. These are called the Devil's Stair Steps.
Oh, shit.
Oops. And that's the reason why I went there, to take a picture of this, because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I've never seen any geological creation like that in my life. Well, following this road, you can see one. That's probably the one right there. That's probably it right there. Devil's Stair Steps. But you get more. It's not. There's small ones, all sorts of them. They're all volcanic, right? Volcanic tubes. Now, actually, I have to be honest. When you see this many, it does look natural to me. When you see this many, it looks like that can't possibly be created. But then when we get to the other side and we get over to the ones over here, it's a different story. And I believe that you can see what is an ancient maker's mark, this rising dike junctioning with the other dike, creating an area that's kind of impenetrable. And this side, maybe a river was supposed to go along the side of it. I've seen a lot of examples of this all around the world.
Jeez.
Look at that straight one over there.
A straight dike.
Yes, a straight dike. There's a lot of straight dikes. They just don't want you to know. Okay, so growing up in high school, I used to hear it all the time. Okay, so again, the one up there, the one by Fort Collins. Well, actually, forget Fort Collins. That's the end of the Colorado River. Well, oh, by the way, didn't get to go there because I traveled like 3-4 hours to get up to this point, and they're like, oh, the road closed. So the last 20 miles of road were closed, so I didn't get there. But on my way back, I saw those dikes. I started freaking out.
What were they hiding?
The big one that I showed you. Well, they were hiding out in the open is what they were doing.
Why was the road closed? What were they trying to hide? What was the authority?
Okay. So that was up here, Gould, and I was driving along here, and I was loving it. And I think we can see somewhere around here. It'll appear all of a sudden, the Colorado River. So like it was a dirt road. So I was going along the 14, and somewhere around here there was a road that went this direction and came down here. And I'm not seeing it. Do you see it? No. Continental Divide again. So the Continental Divide doesn't just go north-south. It separates rivers that flow east and west. And since the rivers don't flow that way, but just the fact that over here, the Continental Divide gets molded. And by the way, you sometimes do see the straight lines out, but I don't want to be like, oh, there's a straight line. There's a straight line. There's a straight line. I don't want to be that guy. I want to not sound crazy. But we've got that one up there. We've got the one down, and then, the Spanish Peaks, which I just showed you, near Trinidad. And then we've got Ship Rock, which is just by itself this crazy, crazy thing. Oh, and one other thing about Ship Rock is over here in Arizona, there's another part of it that nobody talks about right there. That I took some pictures of too. Another butte, right? And by the way, isn't it interesting how they're a different color than the ground below it? I believe this is not volcanic activity. I believe it's ancient dumping. And I can show you lots of examples, but
massive dumps.
Massive dike dumps.
Dike dumps.
Got to put it somewhere.
So now you get to see my face for a while. And
that's weird.
But I still have it.
You want to honestly? Oh, what's that saying? Since when?
An ancient maker's mark. I just said, since when did volcanic dikes contour upwards to meet another dike? It happens 7 times in 33 square miles. I mean, they're stopping and then they're starting again, and they're stopping. Oh yeah, there was that one thing that I showed you. This is the 3 things that you find. You've got the start. See how this dike passed that dike. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. But how does a volcano do that? And I can show you pictures of dikes, what they believe. But the B, it goes down, and then the C comes up and meets. But this part too, there's also other things I question. So didn't I? Oh wait, you can't see that. I just stopped sharing my screen.
Well, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's good.
I mean, the most burning question.
So what I just showed you was a dike here and a dike here. It's like, how does the one dike stop and then another one start right there?
Yeah,
because they wanted a river to go through it.
Unless
just ridiculous.
One gets made first, and then another one gets made thousands or tens of thousands of years after.
But it comes up and meets and stops. That junction, that I don't think could happen anytime later. Stop. How does it?
I think the small one goes down first, and then the big one gets plonked on top of it.
Are we talking mainstream narrative, or are we talking giants did it?
I'm talking just, can we explain it? I don't have a...
They've explained it. Dr. C. Harris, I heard he was easy to talk to, but I couldn't get a phone number. I wanted to ask him, but that's before I had this. And so I'm taking this to him next time I go up there.
Right.
Nikiana Jones says she's going over to the Spanish Peaks. I wanted to try to meet her in person, maybe during the same trip. Not go with her, but like meet her somewhere along the line. I want to go back to New Mexico, Colorado. I also there's something called Book Cliffs along Colorado and Utah that are suspect to me. It looks like a lot of mining went on. Yeah, so This is my mentality. What I saw in the Rashat structure, I saw canals. So Atlanteans built canals. But then I went down and started looking at these intelligent dikes down in... Should we look at South Africa one more time? I don't think so. We're out of time.
Yeah, we're going to have to wrap up soon. Yeah.
I will be listening to your news. I can't wait.
You're going to have to come back because everyone in the chat is lighting up saying we want more Stig.
More Stig.
More Stig. More Stig. More Stig. And, has Stig been seen?
I didn't give you... You got my link of nudes, but I didn't give you my link of my nudes.
Right.
So would that help?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we could always put it in the element server, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just label it. Rather than Stig, we'll label it George
Do not-
Galloway.
Do
George
do not
Galloway
open.
nudes.
Poison.
There's no turning back.
Right, Stig. Shall we?
What is it?
Go on.
I was going to make another joke, but I think we should focus on wrapping it up and letting you know that I'm going to go. I mean, there's no money in this. There's no money. I'm going to probably, the YouTube's out. I'm done. I was going to put the Shiprock videos I took on YouTube, and I haven't even gotten to that. I had a big problem with I was trying to get rid of my Verizon. Do you know what Verizon is?
Yeah, internet provider. Mobile
And
phone.
and big mistake, to get them, and they're just too expensive, and I'm trying to get rid of it. But I actually reconnected with the internet, because once I disconnected it, I had such a hard time trying to use phones as ways of getting online.
Yeah.
I would love to move out of this desert that I'm in right now for the summer, at least. Was thinking about going to do some work in Omaha, and I'm going to sell one. I'm going to sell that land, right? I don't want to tell you what else I'm selling. I can tell you off screen. If you want some cheap land in California, I've got it for you. No problem.
Hook me up.
Yeah.
Just send me the money.
Carbon sequestration.
Yeah.
Gonna start a carbon
Sink.
carbon sink. Yeah, like Bill Gates.
You should check out Adapt 2030. He was doing part 2 of something. My friend David Dubine and his argument about climate change and the carbon. That's what brought it up in my mind. By the way, also please subscribe to Zero Control. He's one of the persons.
I thought you were going to say Stig.
Yeah, don't forget me. I'm at Stig. Okay, STIG. YouTube. I need your subs. I need that money. Right now, I was. Okay, so back when Jimmy first did his video in 2018, I did a video on maps, and it went semi-viral, and I earned 14. I earned a bunch of hundreds.
Maps.
I earned
Google
$1,000
Maps. Google Maps or another kind of maps.
ancient maps. So Jimmy's was Mauritania, Herodotus. Okay, see, I didn't even know. I did not even know so much. Herodotus never drew a map. He wrote a book. He wrote.
Yeah.
And I went through all that in one
journalist.
video. The first historian, I believe you mean, right?
Well, no, I
History?
would say journalist more than historian because he
is
spun a
true.
good yarn. It
Travel
was
writers.
more reportage than history because historians didn't exist.
Right. And that was the Persian War, right? So I guess it was I'm going to write about the Persian War. The one that was 500 or 501, 500? Yeah, that war, right? And that's I didn't know much about that when I saw that movie 10 years ago, 20.
Oh,
And then,
300.
of course-
Sorry, yeah, 300.
Oh, 300. Yep. Thank you. And then wasn't there a second one, 301 or something weird? But I didn't watch that. And it really doesn't matter. I even went back to Clash of the Titans and saw that crazy robot blowing up the boats. Or the bird too, the little automatron bird. They called it an
owl, yeah.
automatron.
Oh, yeah.
The owl. I hated that movie. I saw it when I was a kid and I hated it, and I saw it when I was an adult and I hated it. But I'm gonna get you some more sound clips very soon.
I think you've already
name this
done it.
movie.
Oh,
I
go on.
gave you one, but
No.
how about? Oh, I know what you're saying. I got your point. What movie is this? Your floor is now clean. Your floor is now clean. It's in the lobby of a hospital.
Ooh.
Idiocracy.
Oh, fuck. Right. Yeah.
Your floor is now clean. But I get canceled all the time. I had a job, and the sound clip that I always play in my head whenever I get fired is, "He talks like a fag too." Remember the cartoon? I'm telling you, I'm not gay, but I have a lot of gay fans that wish I were. Let's put it that way.
What?
And in this desert, I shouldn't tell you where I'm at, but Palm Springs.
You
which
know
I'm not
we're
in,
still live,
has a
Stig, by the
very
way.
large- Yeah, I don't care. Like I said, LGB were cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. We probably want to get off that topic and get back onto
Saying
the
goodbye.
end. Saying goodbye. All right.
This
So
is
what
good.
do I need to do to say goodbye?
Just stay on the line for 1 minute.
Definitely.
Just stay on the line. We're going to play ourselves out for this part of the show.
Okay.
It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. People in the chat have been having a great time and enjoying
They
your
have,
perspective.
Stig Part 3.
I got to go see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
can't wait.
links in the show notes at Stig on YouTube, Stig me up on Twitter. We'll be back very soon for part 2. Some news and some. You mentioned about carbon briefly, Stig. There may be something in the merch store
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh,
on
yeah.
a related topic, a new piece of merchandise. Anyway, you'll find out in a minute.
I want Ben's shirt. Can I buy Ben's shirt?
I'll send you this steak.
And the main thing is that we deleted that clip, isn't it? That Fuck Graham Hancock clip.
Yeah.
It'll never be seen again.
Never be seen again.
Ever.
All
And
right.
don't forget, fuck Randall Carlson.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
One more time. Oh, God, I muted him. Okay. See you in a bit.
Fuck Graham Hancock.